Yeah, dog. Like this is weird vibe. Like I don't know.
I think it's my new look. I kind of like it.
Yeah. Is this water resistant? I don't know what type of leather this is.
This is pleather.
Yeah,
It's not real.
Pleather.
Yeah, show everybody the vest. I don't think everybody see the vest that you got from Son of Anarchy's garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and shoot him a couple times. See if it works.
We
just
just test this thing out.
in the beginning when he does get shot, it's almost like he's just like irritated they're even shooting at him. And the bullet's just like...
I don't think that's Blade. I think that's just actually Wesley Snipes. Just being annoyed by the whole process. I don't think he was happy the whole time he did any of the Blade movies.
You don't think the first one though? I feel like the first one he was had. I know by the third one he was pretty miserable, but
I'll take that back. He probably was. Did you ever see like the press junkies that he did? I remember as a kid when he did the interviews, he did it in full Blade. Like he never broke character.
no way.
Yeah. It's like if you go on YouTube and you just like
He wore all this and
he
everything.
he wore all of it except the teeth and everything. He was like, whether on Blade or on Wesley, you just never know when you need to be ready. And I was just like, I like this dude, man. Like Wesley's like the real deal. This is how you want. I would feel so much better if all superheroes did that. People that played, actors that played stuff. Like if Hugh Jackman just stayed Wolverine the whole time. He's the only one I've seen stay a character through. Like you ever seen Tropic Thunder?
Yeah,
I don't break character until it's the director's cut.
Yeah.
That's Wesley Snipes.
Playing a comic book character is the best of all worlds, because anything goes. Create a different voice, create a different look, different sound, different way of moving with the talking. All the stuff very different from Wesley.
Oh, I love this. I love this scene right here. This is the party scene of Blade. A lot of people forget about this. I remember this came out in 1998, right? In 1998, I had to be like every bit of 12, and I told my dad, like, I really want to go see this movie. And you know, Dad, you don't tell that to your mom. Your mom gonna research it, look it up.
Yeah.
Try to figure out what's going on. My dad was like, all right, Blade, all right. My dad didn't know what it was about. All right, we're gonna see Blade.
It sounds cool as hell.
Sounds cool. I was like, Wesley Snipes in it. He was like, hell yeah, we're gonna see Wesley Snipes.
My son is badass.
We're gonna see a good Wesley Snipes movie. And then we get to the movie theater. It was just like women making out. He was like, all right. But then he forgets, like later on the scene, they go into the party and then blood just starts showering over people and everything. My dad was like, but what the hell you got me here for? And I was like, shh. It's a vampire movie. He was like, vampire? He's like, I thought just Blade. I thought it was Wesley Snipes movie. I'm like, Wesley Snipes is Blade. But yeah.
Man, that's great. What a great opening scene, too.
Yes, it's
You
great.
notice he's dressed like Date Night Mike from The Office with his like backwards hat.
The Kangol and everything. I miss the 90s. You know, one thing about the late 90s, it was all about color contacts. If you didn't have color contacts back in the late 90s, you weren't partying for real. Everybody had cat eyes and stuff.
People used to wear those during football games. They do the red ones.
Yeah.
And you like line up next to a guy and be like, what the hell? Like it kind of take you a couple plays to realize like, oh, he's not crazy. He's just wearing
Mario
stupid.
Williams did it. I don't know if you remember Mario Williams, the defensive end. I don't know if we can now
Play
play.
for Houston Texans?
Play for the Houston Texans and everything. I know just throwing your whole get up. He was like, I put a lot of work. You didn't get back to Blade. You talking about contact. It creeped me out so bad if you took those things off and you got contacts in.
I get
The
those
red ones.
CGI eyes that he has in the third one. Have you seen that scene?
Yeah. We gonna add it in post.
Crazy for a Marvel movie. Just dude getting blown just
Yeah,
in
dog,
front of everybody.
This is before like the wholesome and everything.
It's a threesome.
This is before Disney got a hold to it, and they made sure everybody lived happily ever after.
Well, I'll say that's why I like it though. A lot.
Right.
Like, this was actually
The last
this
good
might
Marvel
sound
movie.
surprising for someone dressed up like Blade, but I'd never seen Blade beginning to end. Like as a child, I remember watching on TV. Like Nick was watching. I watched the part where he like gets crucified and then comes back and kills everyone.
Yeah.
Which honestly might be the worst part of the movie. Just with the CGI. Not to say it's bad,
Oh, it's the 90s.
but the CGI, it's the most dated. I remember watching it in '99 and going, oh my goodness! Like I didn't think it looked good then. I don't know. There's weird blood.
Yeah, he looks like a
CGI.
lava lamp going through. Yeah, I asked my dad about it today. I was just like, you want to take me to see Blade? And he was just like, nah. And I was like, I remember because you leaned on to me like, don't tell your mama why I took you to go see Blade. Because you're not supposed to be watching shit like this. That's exactly what he said. And I was like, but it's Wesley Snipes. He's like, it was a good movie though. I love Wesley Snipes. This is so appropriate for Black History Month that we're going for the first black superhero of Marvel. This is the grandfather. Like I said earlier, this is the George Washington Carver of Marvel right here. Like he He birthed so much. We would not have The Thing right now coming out or Deadpool without this guy. And look how he just comes out.
I mean, and this part is badass.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, you're hooked. And they're just disintegrating.
Yeah. She just shooting people.
Well, like a lot of movies too, like especially nowadays, the Marvel formula, it'll set it up like here's the bad guys,
right.
This is their cause. This movie, it's just like, no, this is why you should be afraid of Blade. Vampires are just chilling, having a good time, having a party,
getting blown and everything. He just comes in like they wouldn't bother nobody. They was finna eat and everything.
I like that.
And he just shot a young vampire to death. Who parents probably waiting for them to come home from a vampire party.
She's pretty attractive too.
She was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Was she one of those girls
that was blowing the guy?
Yeah,
probably was. I think you would be careful with letting a vampire blow you with
those fangs.
I'd be worried.
yeah.
Like,
People are always like, "Watch out for braces." It's like, no, watch out for vampires.
watch out for fangs. Fangs that get you every single time.
We were talking about Tropic Thunder. I had to get you.
Speed, Simple Jack, Hut Speedman. I love this. You never go. Can I say the R word on here?
Go ahead. We encourage it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'll say the N word 3 times before I do that. This movie, he got in trouble for this right here.
Yeah,
like Robert Downey Jr. didn't get in trouble, but I found out he got in trouble for doing the whole Simple Jack thing.
At that time, it was definitely like more controversial, which is hilarious to think about.
Yeah. It was like black people was like, nah, it's cool. Like we get the whole blackface thing, but you're not finna sit up here and do Simple Jack right in our face. Say what he doesn't have in his head, he makes up for in his heart. You know what? I feel like one of these movies, this movie could still be made today.
Simple Jack?
Yeah, Simple Jack. This is definitely a hallmark of a Tubi movie.
Yeah.
Like they just got to change the
It
name.
had some Simon Birch vibes.
Simple Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh, man, everybody, he actually does have this. I'm going to play this. I'm going to find a VHS, and I'm going to make everybody in the room watch it with me. I'm like, shh, we watching Simple Jack. Just remember, don't go.
Why do you have this?
It's cool. It's fun. Oh, yeah, coming back to finish you off. He was beating up a burnt hot dog right here in this scene. It's just the 4th of July.
That's me when I don't put on sunscreen for like 10 minutes.
Are these cops, are those just normal cops?
It was like normal cops.
They're not on the vampires' payroll. They're just...
I love how you got to show you like this. Really, motherfucker?
Yeah.
He just gets offended by it.
Motherfucker, you out of your damn mind?
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I wouldn't have been scared from a standpoint he was Blade. I'd be like, damn, that black dude just really told me off. I got to get out of here. I'm so embarrassed.
It's like, what happened? We pissed Wesley Snipes off.
My bad.
That wasn't even in the script. It was like, keep it in. Motherfucker, who told him to come to shoot me?
I think Wesley Snipes made up the line. Some people just like the ice skate uphill.
He'd set it off screen and then
Yeah,
like,
and
you
then they
gotta
wrote
say
it.
that. That's so good.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
But most of this movie's improv. That's why, like, Blade 3, if you really look into it, he was kind of getting cut out of his own movie, and that's kind of why he...
Yeah, they say he stayed in character. He wasn't pleasant to work with, and him and Ryan Reynolds hated each other.
He'd give people notes with Post-it notes to be like, I don't like that you did this. Blade.
That's funny. Imagine getting a note from
I think
Blade.
this is one of my favorite parts of the movie right here.
He just throws her?
Yeah.
He just
throws her.
just launches her. And it's like hilarious because it's like, what does she land on? A bunch of
Some boxes.
cardboard boxes.
Yeah, some boxes.
It'd be crazy to get there and she's just filled with syringes. This is a box full of syringes.
She's like,
what?
what?
He throw her into Philadelphia?
Like he gets over there. Imagine when they run off, a homeless dude comes through the door like this. Somebody ruined my home. Like nobody even pays attention.
I had those boxes just so
I finally set up. This is my favorite part. Pops on.
I did like too later when he dislocates his shoulder, you know, and
It
comes
is-
back, mirrors that.
Yeah, she just returns the favor.
I thought he was going to get shot for sure.
Yeah, they slow down. You know what? I miss 90 gunshots because they always slowed it down and just gave you extra bullets for no reason. Like, do, 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 do.
You'd occasionally see the ching and the bullet like flying in the corner.
That's that Michael Bay bullet. What's his name? Michael Bay was always going to give you like just a low-hanging superhero shot, bullets just flying everywhere, people just sweating, breathing hard. Good old Michael Bay.
Next thing we got for you.
Y'all are just full of surprises. Oh! Don't tell me I'm the first to get one of these.
Not the first.
Oh, okay. But just lie. just go with it. Oh, move it. I swear I'm wrong.
That was the best immediate reaction, though. Nobody's usually hyped to get our merch. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, man. Like, listen, man. I am. This
feels like a marketing ploy, is what they usually think.
I'm proud of you. Listen, I think this is like the coolest idea. You get the chance to hang out. I get to have beers, watch Blade, and hang out with good people and everything. You can't. And then you always get free gifts. Come on, man. It's not even December. You gotta appreciate stuff like this, and this is good quality too. This is, let me see, made in China. I don't know. I don't think we can keep doing this. How many tariffs did this cost?
So this part always kind of confuses me. The garlic shot that they give her, is that supposed to like kill off all the like potential vampire and keep her human at first?
I never understood the true science about vampires.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to look too hard into it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if this was to buy her time.
It's like a COVID shot. It just lingers.
Wait, what's in that?
It was, you put chlorine in. I think he feeds her too.
She's like, you should have just given me ivermectin.
I like how he just holds it down with one arm, like that's really doing something. Like they came forward as restraints.
Like he's from the blind side.
Yeah, blind side. I got you.
So you know what's crazy? I was thinking about you and Jermaine were like my two first like people in comedy that gave me advice. Well, he came on our podcast like when we first started.
Okay.
He did Howard the Duck.
Howard Duck is a class, but that's the very first Marvel.
That's the very first Marvel, and it almost bankrupted Marvel. And then this movie saved Marvel.
Really?
And you picked this, so it was kind of like. It was kind of almost like, to me, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, this is almost like Ryan Reynolds being in Blade 3, and then them putting Blade in the new Wolverine movie with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
It's like just full circle. Like, it just shows you just like the rise and fall of Marvel, but I did not know about Howard the Duck, but I always knew that like they invested everything into this whole Blade movie. And the great thing about it is you know how all the Marvel movies are episodic. This was what I love about this one. It's like you got to watch this one. This one leads to that one. They made this movie like we don't even know if we're gonna make a part 2 to this. And it's just such a beginning to end, which I hate that superhero movies don't do it. All superhero movies lead to another team up. They drop a cameo or they say reference to this. Blade was like, just worry about me and this white guy, and my best friend, and take out vampires. That was all this movie needed. And I wish more superhero movies get back to that.
Those are the type of superhero movies I grew up watching. So like, I don't really like the connectivity of Marvel. I think it kind of that's why Marvel movies really kind of stink now or underwhelming, because they've kind of written themselves in a corner where they have to like, take in consideration everything that's
The
happening.
universe.
Yeah.
The whole universe. Yeah.
So what's crazy about this, and I read that the ending was going to be the vampires winning, and Blade and the girl like going and tracking down like all the like nests and hives in the second one, but they didn't know if they were going to have a second one, so they're like, all right, well, we can't leave it on an ending where the vampires win.
Yeah.
So they changed it, but I almost think that would have been more badass of a sequel of them like going around like a wasteland that is just ruled by vampires. Would have been badass.
Yeah.
Blade 2 is pretty good though.
Yeah,
Blade 2 is good. Blade 3.
Blade 3 is just
Blade 3 is where it turns into what I'm talking about with the superheroes now, where it's more of a commercial. They're trying to create more spin-offs with Ryan Reynolds and all these other
and
characters.
Jessica Biel and all that.
Do you think Wesley Snipes' Blade, do you think that's like one of the best superhero casting like of all time? Or at least as good as Robert Downey Jr. or Hugh Jackman?
I think he'll stand the test of time. Like Hugh Jackman will always be like Wolverine.
He probably always will, like for the next 50 years.
Yeah, like you can't get anybody else.
That's Wolverine.
You're damn straight it is. Fox killed him. Disney brought him back. They're going to make him do this till he's 90.
With Wesley Snipes, they recently really tried to make another Blade. Like they gave Mahershala Ali and what's the name, and it's supposed to be like a little excitement about it. But tell me you didn't feel some type of way, because nobody saw him coming up in Deadpool. Spoiler warning if anybody didn't see Deadpool 2 years ago. But for the fact that he came walking in, I don't know, I felt like a kid again when I seen him.
the way you felt when you saw Blade was the way I felt when I saw Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. Yes,
Finally, I can finally finish this trilogy of one movie.
The cameos were great. I loved them being in that like underworld or whatever, like
Right.
forgotten about. I mean,
Right.
Channing Tatum killed it.
Oh yeah, Channing Tatum was like the most. We knew it was coming, but he played that part so well.
I'm about to fix it and make a name for myself.
I shot out my daddy buttery balls right at my mom and like, "Woo, what up, Doc?"
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. I ain't know my daddy, but I'm sure I shot out of his dick ready. Yeah, he was laying them buttery nuts all up in my mama, and I shot out there and I said, "What's up, Doc?"
And I'm glad they brought back X-23. I thought that was pretty cool. Who is somebody, a superhero you wish they would bring back? Like from the past, like all the movies from the horror Fantastic Four, X-Men. Wish somebody you was like, I wouldn't mind seeing a closing story or figuring out what's going on.
If I could get another Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, I'd probably take it.
Topher Grace, Venom.
He definitely needs a do-over.
I no joke though. I would have liked it like end of a Venom movie if they just would have like been like at a bar like, hey, what's up? Just almost like a joke scene.
Yeah, like with him sitting there with Tom Hardy and everything.
Yeah,
Peter Parker's on stage doing cabaret.
Yeah, God, that guy sucks. Like, tell me about it.
I tried to tell everybody. Yeah, I mean, I can see Topher Grace. I'm trying to think of somebody else. Who else would be? What y'all said now, Howard the Duck. I think Howard the Duck needs.
Well, he was in one of the close scenes, I think, on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
They had a brief like
He was in Endgame too. He had a
wink
he
to
popped
it.
out,
Right,
popped
yeah.
out of there. He didn't do much, but
Yeah, Seth Green is voicing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another easy check for him.
Oh yeah, dude. Congrats on the royalties, dog.
I forgot about this part. Like, this is acting right
that's
here.
how I looked when I was getting a tattoo.
That's me when I come.
The teeth.
I have to put it in a mouth.
Nothing like having your bro's hand to hold you there.
She's almost done. That's when you go to Mexico.
Tell me this though. I know Blade or Wesley Snipes, maybe he's not the best superhero casting of all time, but I think he's the coolest, right? Like, is there a cooler superhero?
No, I don't think anybody can wear shades for 90% of the movie and give you good lines. that is great acting, ladies
wear
and gentlemen.
shades.
By choice and everything. He could easily be like, hey, I want everybody to see the expression in my eyes. He was just like, no.
I just keep thinking of the line from Grandma's Boy when he's like, "So are clothes expensive in the Matrix?"
Wow, JP, that is a great outfit. How much do clothes cost in the Matrix?
I like how this is giving you a gut.
I should have went a little smaller. I hadn't.
You know the funny thing about this is only one time that you can wear this. Like,
Oh yeah. Well, unless I'm praying next guest chooses Matrix or Grandma's Boy,
Someone will choose Grandma's Boy at some point. in
or
time.
you'll come on next year and I'll be like, hey, what about Blade 2?
Please say you want to watch Biker Boys. Yeah, I love the fact that you got like the whole thing, like the black pants, the boots, the West. Where's the paint?
Oh wait, where's
The paint for your skin.
Oh, the paint. it did come in.
And he was just going to straight blackface.
Well, it was, after our last pod, we talked about how much he loved Robert Downey Jr. So I was like,
please.
I was like, this would really be testing it.
Yeah. No,
I don't have the charisma. I don't have the charisma.
I
to pull it off.
appreciate this podcast and what things you do. I would hate for it to be ruined. And my
Movies
charisma
ruined.
Yeah.
Because I would have to punch you just so I can keep fans.
No.
It'd be like, he in blackface? Pow! Watch the comic defend black community.
Watch Blade get his ass kicked.
Motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Motherfuckers always trying to beat me up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, first time people pulling against Blade.
So this is the first Wesley Snipes movie I saw.
Oh, not Willie Mays Hayes. Oh man, I love Major League. Major League was such an underrated quality movie. My favorite scene was he snuck up in there and they put his bed outside of the training facility, and he just woke up the sprinklers and he just
starts running.
He just starts running. He don't even know he's running.
He
to.
beats the guy
And
too.
he beats the guys with no shoes on. Oh man, I appreciate this. This is like one of my other favorite Wesley Snipes movie. I would probably put this up. It's definitely my top 5.
What's your top 5? Because he's been in so many good movies.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, where does Demolition Man fall?
No, Demolition Man does not make my top 5.
Fuck you.
Demolition Man, no.
It's not good, but
it's not good. Like,
but he's good
Wesley
in it,
Snipes
honestly.
Great in it.
It's great in it. Like, White Man Can't Jump. White Man Can't
That's
Jump.
my favorite.
Another underrated, because I love anything with him and Willie Harrison in it. Money Train.
Mm-hmm.
Passenger 57.
I hadn't seen that one.
Passenger 57, where he plays a U.S. Marshal. And
I've heard good things.
It was like one of the very first hijacking plane movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like on the plane. He's fighting people. He does like the karate and everything.
Gotta love it.
Charlie, you ever play roulette?
On occasion.
Well, let me give you a word of advice.
Always bet on black.
And Blade. And of course the Blade movies. So those are my what's name. But he's like done playing more.
What about New Jack City?
New Jack City's up there.
When he grabs the kid and starts using it as his
Yeah, what's that? Oh, I forgot about that. Rockabye, baby. And they started shooting.
Pretty sick car, too.
Yeah, very nice. He was a day walker. This was the first mobile. I love the unnecessary win. Look at that.
So much trash.
So much trash. So much just, like, severity, like the vampires are breathing, like, they close by.
So is this supposed to be in New Orleans?
I don't know. I
I thought it was New York.
Yeah, I thought it was like Chicago and what's the name. But you are right. Most of his adventures took place, because I used to watch like this like Adventures of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they had Blade. It was like mostly like in the bayou and stuff like that. If you had to say, what city would you think, like, you're like, oh, that city definitely has vampires?
New Orleans would be pretty good.
New Orleans?
Because they have like haunted, they have like this house is haunted, or they have some weird stuff, all like Cajun magic stuff. I could see it.
Yeah, I can see that. New Orleans.
But I think Europe is the best, because he goes to Europe at the end. You just think those guys are up to something over there.
That country is just like, yeah. Yeah, because it's a lot of overcast in Europe. That would make sense. You'd be like, yeah, like they don't get a lot of sun. That's why everybody's pale.
I don't think you want American blood anyway.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't know about food for real. So you would think beans and toast is a good delicacy because you eat blood at night.
You'd be like, all American blood is just so high in cholesterol that you gotta go to Europe to get better blood.
You're like,
I gotta go on a diet, man. We're moving to Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, Blade takes place primarily in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, whew, that's AIDS. But
Yeah.
they got a syphilis outbreak.
Yeah.
Someone bit Magic Johnson.
Man.
I bet this basketball player last night to play for the Lakers. It was amazing. Yeah, all type of women over there. You're like, which one? Hey, let's not party with Chet no more. Met this famous actor. He was really, really cool. He got a TV show called 2.5 Men. His blood was delicious.
Yeah, you said he had tiger blood. I had to try it.
It was sweet. It's a different kind.
It definitely tasted different than the other bloods. I did not see this coming either. This was like when the first time, like in my young life, I was like, wait, cops can be bad?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I saw this when I was way too young to see it.
But he wasn't a real cop, though.
I mean, at this point in time, I don't know that.
He's like, you tell me I can buy an outfit and pretend to be somebody else?
Looks like a cop to me.
Wait, isn't that appropriation?
Let's not look into that. So this guy is not a real cop, though, is what you're saying. He's just bought an outfit. Because, like, this scene confused me the most, because he's just beating the shit out of him in public.
Yeah.
No one's doing anything. And then he even, like, he fires a gun at him. Everyone, like, freezes and then just kind of continues about their day.
Yeah, he's in L.A.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, cops get beat up by black men with blades all the time in daylight.
Is this in such a city that's just, like, so accepting of, like, that vampires are a thing that they realize that?
I guess, because everybody just walking around. Because if I see somebody with that much tactical stuff,
Yeah.
I think
I would freak out.
Oh yeah,
He's got a sword on his back.
yeah. I'm gonna have to think that this is mid time when you see a green monster walking around your city. You be like, I can deal with a vampire. Like you have to have a Hulk. Like in this world, you have to have a Hulk and a guy that dresses like a spider for you. Like this shit right here slide.
Could you imagine? You're just walking down the street and Blade walks by you. You go home.
What do you think that would feel like?
You might walking by Blade. If I saw any superhero walk by me, I need to fucking leave that area because some shit about to pop off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like they not just going to Starbucks to get coffee and just and then in full suit. That's a warning right there. If I see Captain America full suit, I'm like, oh, he's finna fuck somebody up. I need to get out of here. Like that's the number one warning.
What do you think about new Captain America?
Anthony Mackie, right?
Yeah.
I've kind of fallen out with Marvel. I think the last good Marvel movie, I mean, I like it, but I think the last good Marvel movie that I watched was the Deadpool Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now I just think they drag him out for so long. And because he's been Captain America since 2018. And now he's just now getting a movie in 2025. Like, that should have happened like the first thing that happened now. Just like, hey, what type of adversity does Black Captain America go through? It's like, does he got to check his shield everywhere he go? Is he getting accused of stuff? Is TMZ behind him? Like, it should have been more adventures before that. We shouldn't just now begin a Captain America movie. I swear to God, if you break another gift out.
I got something else for you.
No, you better not. I never know where it's coming from, you guys, because y'all take a pattern.
Marvel movies.
New leads in the Southern Spider Daily Bugle wanted citizen call for wall callers arrest. Where the fuck did you get this from?
This is like one from the Toby movies, I think. But
yeah.
But I just know last time you were here, you talked about how No Way Home was one of your favorites.
Yeah. I was really scared. I was really scared you was going to like bring something else out. I'm gonna tell you a story. You want to hear like a crazy?
Of course.
But I was in a Marvel movie.
What?
I was an extra in a Captain America movie, Civil War.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, the one where Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, like he shows up.
Tom Holland's in that.
Yeah, the Tom Holland one. So it was like 2016, and they were shooting in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was like, oh, you can be an extra for this like Marvel movie. They wouldn't tell you what it was. And then I was in that scene, the Largos. It looked like Africa. That was like downtown Atlanta. They had me in the clothes and everything. And it was like a cool shoot. And I was just like, they kept us on set. And I would like do that, and then I would leave and go do stand-up comedy like late that night, and then have to be back on set like 4 a.m. And we would just be there all day shooting it. And I was in that scene where Captain America's fighting Bone Crusher and everything. And there was one scene, it was like, hey, we need you to just walk down the street, just, mind your business and everything. And I'm just walking, and next thing I know, I hear a huge crash when the truck, like one that flips the truck over and then crashes into the wall. Mm-hmm. That is true reaction. If you stop that movie at a certain point in time, you'll see a black man pause and shake like that. You can actually see my face. That's an Easter egg I never told nobody. But yeah, I did one Marvel movie. So you scared me when this popped up. I was like, I know like hell that y'all ain't find out that I did that Marvel.
I'm kind of mad now that we did. How did we not know? I've seen that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't looking for Ted. That would have been wild.
And you're like, that dude looks familiar.
I know that guy.
That's so funny. I saw Adam Scott like in the last couple of days. Someone had found him as an extra in like an REM music video where he was an extra and just never. He like retweeted it. It was like, here's a picture of me. Never knew I was in this video. I knew I was an extra, but I never could find myself. And someone finally found him, and it's like him, 20-something years old.
You know, he was in Boy Meets World.
Really?
That was like one of his like first things. He was like a bully in Boy Meets World.
Hi, I'm Griffin Hawkins. Call me Griff. Thanks for filling in for me. I didn't think I'd make it. I'm not usually a morning person, but I wanted to make a good impression.
That fits.
Yeah. Anybody can beat up Corey. I don't think it took too many people to beat up that character. If it's any TV show or movie that you wish you could have been like an extra in, is there anything?
Question.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably start using that one. I'm going to take that question. I mean, I would love to just be on The Simpsons. That'd be super cool.
That's a fucking good one.
That's a great answer.
That's a great answer. Which you be in Moe's Tavern?
Oh, that'd be great. Just wherever.
Just passed out. Like, that's me right there. They drew me.
I'm going to be in Martin.
Oh.
He's like this. They'll never forget you. It was only 6 white guys. I want to be like a juror in like a Law and Order TV show. I feel like I got a great juror face.
Yeah.
That's your compassion.
I could see that. Man, he's got a lot to deliberate right now.
You gotta have a good nod when you do those shows. My favorite is when they drop like heavy news, like say something shocking because you gotta talk to another juror. Like,
Blade sitting next to you.
say the line. Say the line was like this. And Blade bit the woman right there.
And Blade bit the woman right there.
Me.
gotta have that conversation with you.
That'd be hilarious. I'm in the juror too. Like, I'm not partial at all.
It's funny to think that y'all are in the jury. And they were like, "Sir, are you close to the case?" You're like, "No. He's passed."
Yeah. I know nothing about this Blade character. I know nothing about this ice skating uphill.
This part is so funny.
The worst CGI.
Really? What? Just the fat blob?
Yeah, but
the TV
maybe not
screen.
in the movie. But I remember even as a kid being like, this was the first time where it like threw me off. Where I was like, "Oh, that's definitely not real." But the voice is so funny.
The 1,700-pound person, you're like, nah, there's no way.
No way. No way.
I think my favorite part is in this scene, though. Well, just how quickly she's just completely on board with this, and even like freaks Blade out. Like Blade's just like, "Damn!" Like,
She
this
goes,
bitch is
"He
great.
moved."
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He barely, but he breathed. He can't move.
But
This guy right here,
I like him.
you know what's funny? He plays the racist
I like this too.
in The Patriot, and then Blade's just like fucking him up the whole movie and cutting
Yeah.
his hands off. Like, that's what you get for being racist in The Patriot.
Yeah. I like that though. Even Blade's blade has a blade. Like, oh, cool.
Whoa. That's Blade to the third
no.
level. One of the last things, I got you.
No, I don't want that. I do not want this. This is the worst thing you can possibly give a human being. Skyline chili. Look at it. Oh,
Look inside.
look at. Oh, Skyline chili candle. Okay, you redeemed yourselves.
Smells just like a can of chili.
It smells like
no, that'd be awful.
It smells like caramel or something.
Yeah, they actually say not to light it.
Don't like this?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
I was like, don't fuck me up. This is the greatest. This is how you're supposed to do it, Ohio. Skyline. Y'all have never ate that, right?
I haven't. What is it good? Did you eat it?
No.
Every time I go to like Cincinnati, though, they're always like, I've been once actually, and everyone was like,
Yeah.
"You gotta get Skyline chili."
Every comic I see go to, they're like, "I got the chili." I think Casey Rocket recently was talking about it.
Yeah, let me read some of the. Cook 6 ounces of spaghetti per serving. Heat Skyline chili instructions. Spread 6 ounces of spaghetti onto a plate. Spoon about half of chili over the what's the name to make a 3-way. That's what they call it, a 3-way.
Oh,
Now inside of it, they put chocolate and beans.
oh my god,
It's German chocolate beans.
motherfucker, you out of your damn mind?
Add 2 teaspoons of onions and then cheese to make it a 5-way.
Blade just punching the woman.
That's why I like Blade one the best. He punches so many women in this.
He's equal opportunist.
I know he's not sexist at all.
Can you imagine your style like, bitch, move. Now, this is your scene right here.
Oh yeah, where he gets his arm dislocated. I like that a lot because even being a superhero, like that scene, I was still going, that's a little bit ridiculous. And even when he's just like, I dislocated my shoulder, it's like, all right, at least he took some damage there. What's the craziest thing you've seen like on the subway?
Oh my god! I was on the subway. It was like 7 in the morning. I was heading to work, and this is when I was writing. This is when I was writing for the WWE, and it was like early in the morning. I had a suit on. I had my head down. Nobody's on the train, and someone tells you like look up, and I look up, and there's a homeless dude like standing on the opposite side, sitting down. And I just see pee going out, like he's just pissing, and he's making eye contact with me. and I immediately look down.
He's the alpha.
Yeah. Like I was like, oh, he just asserted dominance. Like this is how you assert dominance. And I felt so weak after that. Like, I didn't.
But you still didn't look back at him, did you?
No. I was just like, no, this guy got me. So yeah, that's probably the most boldest thing.
The direct eye contact, like even with my dog, like if I'm like looking at my dog and they like start shitting, I'm always like, I can't look at you right now.
Look at me.
Every now and then, my dog's pooping or something, I do like to act like something's like, you know, because I look at eye contact, make sure everything's cool. Like, hey, you got my back, and if you're just like, oh my god, you'll see me.
That's a messed up thing to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to shake it off. Let's get out of here.
I was reading notes, and it was one note was so funny. It was like that girl was supposed to be white, and Wesley Snipes insisted that she be black.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I ain't doing it.
Yeah. I thought that was just such a funny like.
I'm not saving a white woman.
No way.
Blade would
In
never.
the end, I'm not biting no white woman's neck.
You know, black vampire doing stuff like that. That was a crazy note. So, did he have any problems with the script? Just one.
Yeah.
Quote said, "I'm not biting no white bitch."
Here's the sticky note I wrote about it.
More leather for the costume.
More leather.
But no, it is cool though. Like, I mean, you know, the X-Men started out leather, and then now Deadpool, Wolverine, they like just now are wearing their legitimate It's like it took 20 years for them to be like, okay, maybe the costumes are kind of cool too. I guess we can wear them.
But the costume looked amazing though.
Yeah,
did.
No, it looked really cool. Except when he put on the cowl. I thought that looked.
That
it
was
so
very
CGI. It was just so weird.
The helmet.
It was like, okay, this is why they haven't done this.
Let's I hate to be one of those guys. Can we bag about CGI? I remember a point in time when we had like weak CGI and we thought that was like the great. I remember playing like video games like the graphics look so real. Or playing WCW and it'd be like a block of somebody.
Yeah, the giant.
Yeah,
Just...
the technology is here, and now we see someone like one little glitch. You're like, oh, look at that frame off. The CGI sucks. Like we're so spoiled with technology, like we can't appreciate like half decent technology. Like Blade, this is horrible.
But they only use CGI when you have to, and things that you can't really show. I feel like the cowl or whatever they call it, I feel like you could just wear that mask. You know, they could have a physical mask for that. So it seems silly to CGI that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they tried and it looked
like
stupid.
what? Like how would you? Because the whole thing about it is the horns are like hard, like how do you make that plastic? Because he pulls it out and then
blowjob handles.
The blowjob handles, yes. That's what we call them.
What's the wind resistance on those blowjob handles?
Did you see those popcorn buckets?
Yeah, mouths and stuff. I don't know when did that become a thing. Like we gotta get popcorn.
I think they're just trying anything nowadays. Like, come on, please.
Question: Give me a '90s movie like popcorn bucket that you would have got.
Well, we got a lot of the commemorative cups and stuff from Taco Bell from the Batman Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
We had the Godzilla one.
They
that
did
was cool.
it wasn't Monopoly Millionaires, but it was like you would like collect characters.
Yeah.
And if you got a certain combination of stuff, you like won prize.
It was like the McDonald's Monopoly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to be silly. I was gonna say Pretty Woman popcorn bucket.
Pretty Woman. It's just Richard Gere. Wallet.
I was gonna say Judy Roberts' lips. So you just be like, yeah, I know I'm gonna use this popcorn bucket for. But he got all sincere with it. He was just like commemorative. What's the name? I'm trying to be a pervert.
Yeah, I didn't know you were setting.
While we have been talking smack on some of these effects, I do think the way this guy dies looks really good.
At the very end, they go to a wide shot, and there's literally something there that explodes.
Okay.
And you watch the actors like be like genuinely like, oh shit, like, that was an explosion.
Interesting.
Probably by surprise.
I did think this is bullshit though, that they're vampires and like we've thought of the hack. We'll wear motorcycle helmets.
Well, he wears sunscreen in another
sunscreen.
scene, which is hilarious.
Like SPF, which one though?
Yeah.
That
has to be
no,
strong.
I need that.
Yeah. What sunscreen?
This is for non-vampire people. This is people with Irish blood.
Yeah. See?
I don't think they was expecting that.
No.
Like this, he got a kid. I just got a random kid in Chinatown.
I love that Blade has similar but more formal wear for daytime meetups.
Yeah, he's like, let me put on my lighter vest.
This is the thing I don't get, right? You meet in daytime, right? And you're a vampire, but you wear black. The thing that attracts the most goddamn heat. You would think you were like, let me put some pastel. Let me give me a linen shirt.
Wear a lot of khaki.
That's true.
So then
he's just going to be like smoking.
Yeah. He's just like, damn, why am I so hot from the sun?
He's dressed like an old British lady with like an umbrella.
He got a shawl.
Yeah.
With shades on and everything and pastel.
I still don't understand. So is the sun doesn't bother him?
A lot of sunscreen. I don't know how he must be putting it on top of his head too.
Like three coats. Like it doesn't affect his hair and everything. It doesn't bother his pupils.
Yeah.
I guess he got like.
I mean, it's silly, but
Cause I thought you would think it would bother their eyes as well as sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's great CGI. I don't care what you say.
I don't mind the CGI because I know it's the best that they could do back then, you know. But now CGI, sometimes it's just all CGI, where it's unnecessary, you know.
Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah.
She just frazzled. She ain't supposed to get up.
He's like, hold on, I dislocated your elbow there.
Like she's just sitting there.
Go home.
Can you imagine the child going home like this? What the fuck happened to you? Like this. A vampire grabbed me. Stop fucking lying. Go to your room.
He threw me like 60 feet. You don't understand.
Nobody will ever believe that.
I went through a bus stop sign.
Like, nobody would never believe that little girl.
So you've been in Civil War.
Yes. Not the Civil War.
I was about to say.
Hop off my freedom.
How was that?
Speaking of the Patriot.
No, but I was going to ask, if you had to be a superhero, like being a superhero movie, not a real superhero, but just cast as one, who do you want to be? Is that Blade?
I always thought Green Lantern was pretty cool. Like with the ring and shit. And just being like, he can make anything. You can fly. I think I gotta be able to fly. I always felt bad for Batman. Like he needed something. What's his name? Like everybody's like,
I know what you mean though.
I felt bad. That's why they felt bad for a billionaire. But like, I gotta go. And it was like, who grabbing Batman? He got his arms up like a toddler. Let's go.
When they're meeting at like the Fortress of Solitude, it's like Wonder Woman, Superman. It's like, damn, Batman. Like, how'd you get here?
Stop asking questions, bitch.
I just think you're looking at the way that green's popping in the cameras. You're like, I look good green.
I could be that green guy. I could be. Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? I like how I'm talking to the camera now. Don't you think? What about y'all?
What do you think, James Gunn? Green Lantern?
Come on, James Gunn. I know you need somebody that just works in the front office of the Green Lantern building. Why is he not dead in this part? When you saw this, do you not think he was dead?
Well, I thought it was very weird. Like, I don't know what Blade is even doing. Like, he's like kind of giving him a little sponge, like just barely.
They couldn't stop laughing in this
Really?
scene.
Well, maybe that's why, because the sponge thing just looks so weird.
It is. He said because he's got so much blood on him that he just said it was just the funniest thing. That he's just barely. And he's like, and so they literally like had to do the scene so many times because he just couldn't stop laughing.
It's not like he's tending to a wound or anything.
It's literally like,
and he's barely.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Maybe right there he kind of is, but
you can imagine like this. You missed the spot.
Is it bad?
Did you get it off?
Like he's doing nothing. You'll be all better.
Great vampire killer, horrible doctor.
Put his finger on his little shh.
No, that still didn't do it.
Ask like, where's this coming from?
I love that it's like just like to the same spot on the gauze. It's not even cleaning. Not one part that he's touched has gotten any cleaner.
Oh man, this is hilarious, bro. This is hilarious.
Dr. Blade.
Dr. Blade. Dr. Blade. Paging Dr. Blade.
More gauze, please.
Do we have any more cotton swabs? I like how they left this one spot with no blood. It was like, we can't overdo it.
Yeah. The chin can't be bloody. No one's chin's ever bloody.
How do you not laugh at this part?
Dude, I mean, can you give me a smaller gun to kill myself with?
This looks ridiculous.
I don't need a semi-automatic pistol. Like,
It'd been better if Blade would just snap his neck before he flung.
Yeah.
Just kick.
what, you want the katana?
He hands you that gun. You're like, well, I guess it's going to be closed casket.
Wow, yeah. The crazy part about it, he was in the second one. He was like, oh, this is it. Then it was like, let's bring him back.
I know. That's like the only reason I think one's better than two, because it just immediately, it's like, nah, he's a vampire now.
Yeah.
He's good.
He never comes back in this movie, though.
No, well, they didn't think the sequel was.
There was
They thought this movie was gonna be in the trash bin. I think.
Yeah.
well, they had to add a bunch of stuff because the original cut was so bad, and that like audiences didn't like it, so they ended up adding that sword fight at the end.
Oh,
That was all like
I heard
reshoot
originally
stuff.
he just turned into a blood tornado and like it looked crazy.
Yeah, it
like
was-
audience were like, we feel disconnected with who this guy is.
Yeah.
not once in my life. I would love to be part of the audiences like they get to watch the first cut of a movie.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, so
Like, when they do that in Always Sunny.
Yeah, Thunder Gun.
yeah.
Mhm. No, that would be so cool. But like, I don't know. It's rare that you like. I feel like in this case, the audience is right. Usually, though, you're like, oh, the audience, they're gonna give kind of, I don't know, bad advice sometimes.
Sometimes they do it good. I mean, they saved Sonic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that was the internet, right?
Well, that was it.
I've also heard that they intentionally released those images of Sonic, knowing that they
Just
weren't
to
going
drum
use it,
up
just to
controversy.
drum up a lot of like
Yeah.
talk and controversy,
It
and that
worked
makes
if it
sense. I
did.
mean, dude, everyone went ape shit about it and talked about it.
Almost like Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool.
Yeah,
Like he dropped that like that as CGI. And it's like, what up, man?
Oh yeah, that
Hey,
little
what's his name?
scene. Well, they weren't gonna make a Deadpool though. He like leaked that himself.
That was smart. He was like, I gotta see this Deadpool movie, and he's just gross.
Well, that scene, even when like I've rewatched all the Deadpools, get ready for Deadpool, and that scene, like the whole highway scene, that first like 20 minutes of the movie, it's like that's the best part of the whole franchise. But it's one of the best superhero scenes. Just like I don't know, there's so much good action and comedy with him, just how he kills everybody throughout that highway
just the
scene.
counting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Counting of the bullets.
I wore my red pants. This is why I wore my red pants
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
But I love how the movie doesn't take itself too serious, but it has these great scenes, like emotional scenes that motivates him, like with Vanessa, his girlfriend. You're like, oh man, there's some emotional stakes in it. Compared to, I mean, I liked it, but Thor movies, you just be like, oh, now it's just gotten too silly. Like, I don't see like the emotional stake that you have, like what's driving the character and everything. Like, I get it, she has cancer, but and I mean,
Yeah, Love and Thunder was a little rough.
yeah, it was rough. It was, and then like you downplayed the villain so much. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can't have him in a movie. Like, I feel like you should have had him going around just killing people. And I hate some movies don't do that anymore with the villains. Like, that would made Thanos so great. He was like, oh, he didn't give a fuck. He was he was just he beat up Hulk in the first 5 minutes of the movie. You like, oh, he's nothing to mess with. That would mess Kang up. Like, I thought Kang could have been somebody, but you can't have Ant-Man beat him. Like,
No, I hated that. But like, he was so good in the Creed movie. Did you see that?
yeah.
Like, I was like, this guy is incredible. I can't wait to watch him in Marvel.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. And not gonna see him anymore. Turns out.
Nah, yeah. No, I think if
Wait, what?
plot twist. Like when they have him in the movie, I was just like, oh, he's gonna kill Ant-Man. I think it was up the stakes is like you would kill Ant-Man, you would kill the Wasp, and just had her grandfather kind of like teaching her the ropes how to be the next big superhero and everything. Like you or kill the grandparents. Like I need some stakes of it where they sacrifice themselves, they get him out of there. Like they brought himself, but everybody survived. Everybody was all happily ever after, and you beat the most powerful person. And apparently he's killed multiple Avengers, but Ant-Man gave him and ants. He got beat by ants.
It was weird that they're like, this is gonna be the next big bad.
Yeah.
And then Ant-Man said, the character that like I don't think is very well respected. Like,
Yeah.
I think all the other superheroes are like, Ant-Man beat this guy.
Yeah, exactly. I still think you
It's
could
like
brought
the
him back.
Cleveland Browns of superheroes.
Yeah.
He lost to the Browns. What the? Oh my god!
What was that? I think the only way you could have revived Kang was you have him go into that quantum world or whatever, and
Bring
just
out Denzel Washington.
bring out Denzel. Like he's older, he's thought about it. He's like he doesn't really care. He's not going to spare anybody. Like first, like he said, like the other movie, come out and he just kills an Avenger like right off the bat. He's like, I don't have time to waste. I wasted so much time in that quantum realm. I need to take.
I'm King Kong.
I'm King Kong. Quantum realm ain't got shit on me. Damn, Kang, you been playing this all day. I've been playing this all week.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
It would suck to find out like the dude you hate the most in the world
Is banging your
is is banging your mom.
And the reason
It has
you're
been.
half vampire.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my stepdad. Well, this dude is just.
Is that why you took him to Blade?
Oh no, my dad took me to play.
Okay. Sorry.
My stepdad, I just ignored him. The second one. had a few of them. Had a few stepdads. My mom doesn't like when I refer to them as those guys.
Those sequels that didn't pan out.
The sequels. Yeah, it was like really bad. Yeah.
That was a really gratuitous sequel there, Mom.
I only had one good stepdad. One was just like amazing. He was like my first stepdad was like the first Blade movie. I was like, oh, he's so great. And the second one, I was just like, and then the third one, I was just like, oh,
this
bro,
is trash.
This is horrible, bro.
Blade 3 sucks. I know.
This had the most Ghostbusters feel to the movie to me when they're all getting like electroshocked and the like skeletons are coming out of them.
Yeah.
It just kind of reminded me of the same like when the lightning bolts hitting the statues and turning them into the beasts or whatever in Ghostbusters. It just kind of, I don't know.
With Sigourney Weaver and
the Keymaker.
Yeah, Keymaker. What was the other guy? I love the guy. He was in
Honey, I Shrunk the Kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't think of his name either right now. That nerd.
Let's show some respect.
He got punched in the face.
He got punched
in the face.
That was like a big thing in New York.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
He's such a sweet
Rich Moranis.
Yeah, Rick Moranis.
He got punched in the street, and there was people like this. Who would do such a thing? Punching Ricky. Ricky didn't bother nobody.
You can't just be shrinking kids and get away with it.
He's like, you just can't do the Little Pet Shop of Horrors and not give us a sequel and think it's cool.
I love that, like, the zombie dude's like her ex-boyfriend. I watched this scene and I'm like, this is just me drunk at a bar trying to get back with we were good together.
I know. Sadly, I relate and look more like him than I do Blade.
That would be crazy to be a zombie in a tunnel trapped by vampires, and all of a sudden your ex-girlfriend gets thrown
and
down
you
there.
blew it again.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
She looks better than ever.
I'm never going to get another one-on-one with Karen.
Oh, man. Maybe she'll fall back down here.
Is it my skin?
You know what? I'm just going to do push-ups. I'm going to hit the gym next time she sees me.
I'm going to wear sunscreen.
I keep thinking in that moment, though, when she's climbing out, that he's going to, like, bite her leg.
Yeah.
Nah, he's pathetic.
Yeah, dude.
He's pathetic.
He's giving up.
But that's when I related to him the most.
Nothing like giving up early.
Yeah. He's like, I'm so bad off. This bitch crawled out with a stake to get away from me out of a tunnel.
This is a kind of weird sexual stuff going on here, I felt like.
Ancestral stuff like that, but they're vampires. You got to bang other vampires if you're a vampire.
Tell me this. Do you think Blade is a virgin? And I'll tell you, here's the evidence, though. Like, this movie, I feel like it does something kind of interesting with, like, themes and stuff. Like, the villains are always, like, having an orgy, blood everywhere. You know, they're giving into their like, carnal temptations.
Yeah.
And Blade isn't the whole time. And even at the end, it almost feels like an allusion to sex when the girl's like, take me, Blade. Like, bite me. It's like he's giving into that.
I think we would see evidence of that. It would be like Blade would have bit a woman, but he
bites and he's like, oh, it never. I swear that never happened.
Yeah.
It's like the Forrest Gump scene.
Premature bloodulation or something. It does, though. I mean, when he bites her on the neck, though, it's very much like, it's like a sex scene.
Yeah, vampires are very sexual creatures.
At one point in time, she's even like, don't stop.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus.
Exactly. It feels very sexual.
They always made him seem sexual. It's just being like, I come in through the night and I bite you and I suck on you and everything and take advantage and not just leave. It always made me wonder, too, in these movies like this, how much blood do people have in their bodies? Because you'd be like, you got to be close to being half dead or mostly dead.
That was a lot of blood.
Yeah. But I'm saying, they be losing like 8 liters and you be like this. You're like, I'm hanging on. You be like, bro.
I got a headache.
Bro, you just filled up 12 Coca-Cola bottles.
I need a cookie right now. My blood sugar's low.
Blade just has a bunch of cookies on his mouth.
got a bunch of Bristol cookies.
Instead of his service, like, you and your Mrs. Fields.
Yeah.
I will say, that's such red blood. It definitely looks like virgin blood.
Yeah, that's some virgin blood if I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Also had no clue he was going to let it hit him on the forehead. You know, I was like, this is going to be like, because he's sitting there like with his mouth open.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the money shot.
The money shot. Here you go. Here's the freaky part. I've been waiting for this.
No.
I like how his eyes are just fluttering.
No. She's like, "Are you in yet? I can't."
It's my first time. I just hold on, let me try it again. It just keeps slipping out.
I missed.
Deacon was so much bigger than you.
Here it is.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's sick. Wow. I just took my glass off and I was like, holy shit.
For the first time, ladies and gentlemen.
I see why Blade wears them now.
This fight scene was amazing.
Yes. And he just embodies the character because you just believe all this. You're like, of course he can kick people's ass.
The fight scenes was just great.
And there's not a lot of quick cuts. It's just long, showing you all the action. I love right there.
Even that guy's just like, God, that hurt.
Rips the throat out
and then throws it at this
next
guy.
That's bad. That's great because like ripping the throat out. That's straight from God. They just remade it. Roadhouse.
Oh, Roadhouse.
He rips the throat, but I love that they're like, we got to top it. Throw it at the next guy.
I like how he kicks him. He screams. He kicks him up.
Kicks him up. That's some video game logic right there.
That's what the problem with movies nowadays is like they don't hire they just hire actors. I need actors that are like martial art experts to make the fight scenes like even great. You can teach them, but he just took it to another level.
I think that's what made the John Wick movie so good.
Yeah,
plots whatever, but all the action is just insane.
And he studied how to shoot those guns too.
Yeah.
Oh, the John Wick stuff.
Yeah.
They had Keanu doing all that stuff.
Yeah, that was a perfect trilogy. I remember when I was. My ex at the time, we went to go see John Wick, and she was just like, she got a tooth pulled, and we was just like, she was high off whatever medicine she was, off her wisdom tooth, and watching the John Wick movie, and at the end, they showed John Wick's grave and everything, and the movie's quiet because John Wick just passed away, and she was just like, they buried him in Jersey? And I was just like, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
That's so funny.
The whole movie theater burst out laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you just had your moment. She just smirked. It was like, yeah.
I think if I was there, I just would have applauded.
Yeah.
Hey, we could go home, everybody. She did it.
Like, yeah, he did all that damage in New York City. You bury him in Jersey. I love the kick.
This is so badass. An unnecessary roundhouse into the kick.
I love how he has to look in the camera, let you know it's in there.
Yeah. You see that?
Yeah, see it?
Before we wrap up, one quick last question. Do you have a worst movie you've ever seen?
I watch a lot of bad TV shows just to appreciate good TV shows. There's a show called All American. All American is this TV show on the CW where it's about an athlete who goes to a private school in Beverly Hills. And the acting is bad, but the thing is, it's like they just got the actors, and it's like, hey, let's see if these guys can really run or throw a football. And I love when they throw a football and they be practicing. They be like this, yeah, get ready for the big game. And you just feel like this is like, did anybody decide to research? Can anybody? Hey, let's teach these people how to actually run and everything.
All I can think about is the Double Team Disney movie where it shows the girl getting at the top of the E doing the back and forth, and then time's running down. It's like the worst.
Oh, is she traveling? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think she is.
I love that. That's a move.
Yeah,
where it's like the defense is like, whoa.
Yeah.
It is in women's basketball.
Seen Caitlin Clark do that move against Chicago Skyward game 1. She was like, oh, she's doing a double move.
I didn't watch it, but the TV show on Hulu about the Clippers looked hilarious just because of it's like, oh, that's supposed to be Steph Curry. That's supposed to be play. It's like,
oh yeah.
It's
it looks so bad.
Lawrence Fishburne is playing Doc Rivers.
Fishburne, him. It's like, okay, that makes sense to me. And then it had dude from Modern Family play Ed Harris or Ed whatever O'Neill playing.
Sterling.
Donald Sterling. Yeah, it's like pretty good cast right there. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse.
I thought you were talking about the the Aaron Hernandez documentary.
I hadn't watched that.
Oh, made it. It looks so bad. Like all the actors don't even look close,
except for the guy who played Gronk. The guy who played Gronk killed that. He's like, he got laughing and everything. And I was like, this dude must be a method actor. But apparently he's best friends with Gronk. But yeah, the whole thing, it was just like, damn, Aaron Hernandez really loves sucking dick. And but come to find out, none of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
everybody's like, none of that stuff is true. He's like, there was rumors it may or may not, but they just made it seem like this whole thing why he killed stuff he did stuff is because he was gay. But he just came from a bad neighborhood. But it was just like the root of everything is gayness.
Yeah,
but I thought it was good though.
We always think it's funny. And remember the Titans? They make Ronnie Bass gay.
Oh yeah,
and he's not gay in real. You know, he's. Or at least he says he's not gay.
Which is hilarious. To be like, oh, dude, telling your buddies, like, oh, they're making a movie about me.
Sitting down and you was his face like this. You're
like, what the
I didn't know
fuck?
you made out with so many dudes.
I did, I swear.
Your wife like this. Wow.
I swear I was just racist.
I promise you. I didn't like black people. That's it. I didn't love dick. I just did. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh man, I can't. I tapped out. I peaked right there. I think.
Who told them?
Who told them? It was like a joke, like with a couple of guys like this. Told you were gay. That'd be like the best ultimate prank you can pull on your friends. It's just like, I got a movie about our high school football and how we persevere. You'd be like, hell yeah. The whole movie is just like how gay you are.
There's a text thread be like, every time when the interviewer comes around, y'all tell him Ronnie was gay, all right? You even making some story about him trying to kiss Gary.
Yeah. Dude, that would be hilarious.
That'd be the greatest prank of all time.
Oh, well, the yawns, the sound.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
The sound of the brew hitting the floor below us means it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah,
I always
dude.
have a fun time hanging with y'all. It's always a pleasure, and I just can't wait to come back with another movie review with you guys.
This was fun, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thank you.